Hello folks, hi, I'm Neil. I'm the owner of the Hoops Bar here in the Gallagate in Glasgow. So for me, that my love, obviously, I've been explaining there my love of Celtic, and that came hand in hand, I suppose, with my love of this bar. At that age, 18 years of age, and going to see the games and going out with a few pints for your mate, with your mates after it to here, was just a fantastic time. And that was at 18. It took me, I think, to 32 before I come back and run a pub. But it was always in your head that that would be somewhere. Again, I ended up in the licence trade, so it was always in my head that at some point I would love to come back and be the owner of the Hoops Bar. And we've done that. And as I said, one of the stories for how we fell in love with it when we were coming here as regulars. Some people might not know this, that Chris Sutton used to be a regular drinker, not regular, but him and a small contingent there of Blackburn players used to travel up here of their own accord and come to this pub just to watch the Old Firm games and have a drink and a pint and a swally, I think, as Chris Sutton said on his Twitter page, if I'm reading that right, that they had fantastic times. And it was those times that just grew that love for me, and that I've now been able over the last 9 years to share that community and that love that we've had here at the pub with everybody that's been in here over the last 9 years and had a great time. For the last 9 years as a Celtic supporter, I think every Celtic supporter can agree, it's been absolutely fantastic, especially if you're to that age and era when you're my age, older, my age or above, where you remember the dark times, you remember the 9 in a rows where we had some of the, as I said, Paolo Di Canio, he was a great player. I know now people don't like his politics and stuff, but let's take that aside. At the time, for an entertaining football player, wow, it was a breath of fresh air to Scotland. And then add to that George Cadet and, as I said, Pierre Van Hooijdonk, who just seemed to keep header a ball for any point in the pitch, and it was still ended up in the net. My team, and again, was part of the pub, but it's behind the camera here, but there's a big picture of it. Back in the day, it was known as the Three Amigos, which was Pierre Van Hooijdonk, George Cadet, and Paolo Di Canio, and the extra to that was Andy Tom. What a fantastic team. It was Tommy Burns' team, and it was the year I had my first season, but when Fergus built the North Stand, and what a team, what a team. And obviously and my love for Celtic came at probably what Celtic's worst time was. That was the opposite of where we are now. When Rangers were having their 9 in a row, we played some of the best football with the greatest entertainers. They could score goals from out of the park, but still for some reason we just couldn't win that game. We couldn't beat Rangers, but it didn't stop your love for the atmosphere and all the people that came with it. But that would absolutely be my team. Well, when it comes to Tommy Burns, I think he's one of the absolute ambassadors of Celtic. He was Mr. Celtic. As such, if I can point your attention to the wall up here with the Celtic legends, Tommy Burns was the first guy everybody agreed should be on it, because, great player, great manager, and also local legend. He grew up, he was at Mass at St Mary's every day, he was always in the area, and he was always helping the community. So, from that point of view, yeah, Tommy was an absolute legend, and we've honoured that. We're putting him directly onto our walls and painting here, so Tommy Burns, fantastic player. I think one of the reasons that we came to you, the public, to try and save the Hoops Bar, again, because we'd been let down, or as we've been told, slipped through the cracks of the government funding, was that to me, and not just to me, but to the Celtic fans, to the bigger Glasgow Celtic fan community, the Gallagate has always been a safe haven for Celtic fans. It was always the best route for you to walk from town to Celtic Park, obviously avoiding London Road and Brigton and the things that have happened in there. But I mean, that's not always just been the case as a Celtic fan. It goes further back into the Irish Catholic community, where the Gallagate was the place that we gathered to enjoy ourselves, to go to the bars and to have a drink amongst other like-minded people, and that has not changed. Certainly for us, it's still a Celtic family. We have people coming here from all over the world, as in, if it's a day out and they're here for a weekend and they're coming from Germany or Australia, and it is just an absolute kind of Celtic party day in here, for the minute we open the doors to the minute we close. And that, I suppose, is where we need to evolve as well. If we're going to be open 7 days a week and try to do more, we're going to need also the support of you to come down here and have drinks during the week and stuff like that. So the idea of this crowdfund, folks, as I've said, is to save not just my bar and a job for some people, it's to save something that what we believe is a community hub, something that we hope should still be here forever, for another 10 years coming. The reason we've done a crowdfund, and the reason we've set the figure we have, is so if we can get that, it gives us a clean slate. We don't even need to deal with the council then. We can move forward, be our own Celtic pub, without, and to say that we've done it without any help from the government, which is a disgrace in the current COVID climate, where the government were there to help. I fell through the cracks. That doesn't really make us feel any better. So if you can give, and as I say, folk, the amount of donations that people have been given have been fantastic. But £2 and £3 was all we were ever looking for, and you can get in there and give £1, £2, £3. You can even give 50 pence. The option is there on the crowdfund page to do that. So if you can help us be here for you and be here for ourselves, and not to let this COVID thing take away a fantastic Celtic pub which has become an institution in our area here in the Gallagate. No, I've only been a custodian for 9 years, but the pub in different forms has been here for as long as I can remember. Now, as you've already asked me this, and I've been thinking about it, right away I can tell you it's the three guys in the middle of that picture: Henrik Larsson, Jimmy Johnson and Tommy Burns. Simply because they are my three ultimate heroes, as are the rest of the men. But I've met Danny McGrain and I've met Billy McNeil. I've also had the occasional chat early years before he passed with Tommy Burns, but I've never had the privilege of meeting Jimmy Johnson, and although I've had the absolute privilege of watching Henrik Larsson score, what was it, 297 goals, I've still never had the opportunity to sit down and thank him for the entertainment that he gave me over the years. And Jimmy Johnson was my dad's favourite player. There's another story. My dad always told me, son, you'll never see a player as good as Jimmy Johnson. You can, we'll enjoy Celtic and all that, but the best player we ever had has been and gone now. And for me, and that's a wee sad note as well, my dad died before we got to see what Henrik Larsson actually became. But for me, in my generation, Henrik Larsson is your Jimmy Johnson. So yes, that would be it. Henrik Larsson, Jimmy Johnson and Tommy Burns sitting here with me having a pint, and what a great laugh I think we would have. Thank you folks, and as if you can, give whatever you can, and if you can, give us a wee share, a wee donate, or even just follow our page for in the future. Thanks very much, and thanks to Paul and Ascom and all the boys there for their help and support being here.